What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? This is Canon Mikho, aka Ocean Crash, and today we're going to be talking about Before We Work episode number 8. Today's going to be about budgeting and investing, really. Anyone who's like working on preparing their life, for the next step. It's just something that crossed my mind. I'm the type of person where I'm always looking for something to invest in, something to invent. I'm working hard on my business. Businesses. I include things like YouTube, a business. I've come to the conclusion that it's like YouTube is such a great spot for me to share my passion, and I'm trying my best to make it something that I'm focused more time on. Because I feel like there's a lot of room and there's a lot of just a lot of room to grow on YouTube, and it can never get worse. There's just so much room. There's so much things to do on so many things to do on YouTube, and I just wanted to take that avenue, and I feel like I'm starting to take it more often. My catalog videos are bringing me in subscribers. Unfortunately, not these videos, which I'm sure they'll pick up views, as time goes on, but yeah, investing and budgeting. So I feel like budgeting is something that a lot of people should do. All companies do it, not all people do it. I feel like people should budget. I budget. I love it, to be honest with you. It's probably one of the greatest things that I've done, because I don't know. When I budget, I feel like it tells me a story. I put on my expenses, I put down my income, and then I just see the numbers fluctuate every month, every week. Every week I update it. And I just see the numbers change, and I feel like I'm watching like a stock market or something like that. But it feels so good, to pay off a credit card, and then you see that go away. Thankfully I've used my budget to pay off four of my 5 credit cards. So I mean, it's helped me a lot, and I really love it. Now, I feel like budgeting isn't enough. So I have 2 types of budgets. I have a budget that basically, it's not a budget, it's more of like an overview. Shows how much money I have, my assets, my net worth. Shows my expenses, student loans, credit cards, any payments I have, any whatever it is. And then any goals, any savings, And I use a bank account called Simple. Such a great bank account. They're a private bank, and they charge 0 for everything. The only thing they charge for is withdrawals from other ATMs. Transfer fees are free. Everything's free with them. The only thing they charge you for is withdrawal from an ATM, and they don't charge you for it. It's the fee that the ATM charges. I know a lot of smaller banks, like smaller banks in like specific cities and stuff like that, they will cover that withdrawal fee, but Simple unfortunately does not. But it's such a great company, in a banking company, and I just love them. I've never had an issue with them, not one complaint. Actually, when I signed up for them, they gave me $100 for free. So it was cool. Just, I don't know, they're just such a cool company, and I love them because what I do is every time I purchase something, I can label an expense. So then what I do at the end of the month is, after it's labeled, I like to download the reports for that month, and then I break it down by those categories, those labels, and then I add those into my budget. So it's pretty nice, it's pretty simple. And like I'll download the report, and then I'll see like $500 went to this credit card, and like I spent $50 over my 200 monthly limit for fast food and outdoor food. So then I'll be like, all right, I need to make sure next month to lower that down, to keep an eye on my spending there. So I feel like budgeting is just, it helps in so many ways, especially when you're paying off student loans. Oh man, I feel like it's the most important thing in the world, because budgeting tells you how much you can and cannot do, and there's just always so much flexibility and so much room for it. And it allows you to save up for other expenses and other bills and and investments. Investments are something that I feel like this world lacks. I don't think a lot of people invest. I feel like I don't see it in a lot of people, and I feel like people complain a lot that they can't invest, but I think they can. Um, for example, not that I'm advising anything, but you can get an FHA loan on a $70,000 house that's like $2,000 down, $1,000 down. Fix it up, if it even needs fixing, then rent it out. I mean, there are places in like in the middle of nowhere, like that you can rent them out to, to like people. When I mean middle of nowhere, I don't mean like middle of nowhere. I mean like smaller cities, very small cities. Like, so for example, I'll use my college as an example. DeKalb, Illinois. It's way southwest. Southwest. It's very southwest, and it's more so west than it is south. But it's farther from Chicago. It's about an hour and 20 minutes away. And you can buy townhouses, nice houses there, nice houses for like $70,000, $60,000. It's insane. Where you have a house like in Chicago, where they range anywhere from 20 to 50, 200 to $500,000 for a very small house. So possibilities they exist, and they're not like, I was watching this other YouTuber. They're not like the ghetto. They're actual nice neighborhoods, nice houses, and I feel like the avenue is always available, especially if you're living with your parents. You qualify for FHA, so if you've never purchased a house within the past 3 years, at least that's how it is in Illinois, 2 or 3 years, I think it's 3. So it's always there. Take my coffee sip. Oh man, we like to drink coffee on this show, so yeah. But yeah, the avenue is always there. It always exists. It never has gone anywhere. And I feel like more people need to invest. If you don't invest, I think you should. And if you have any questions, I'm not an expert, but I love to engage in business conversations, and I love to engage in investing talks and real estate talks. I myself am trying to get into the real estate business at the moment. And I feel like the avenue is just there. It's there at the moment. I think it's great now to invest. They do say there is about 8 to 15 years until the next housing bubble pops. I think there will be a student loan bubble that will pop first. So pay that stuff off real quick before it pops. They're not going to give any more loans out to students, but I feel like interest rates will hike up. I'm not sure if they're allowed to unless it's fixed. If it's variable, you're pretty much screwed, I think, if the student loan bubbles pop. But yeah, guys, I feel like the world needs to budget more. I feel like the world needs to invest more. And I think that you guys should too. If you're watching this video, there's no excuse. Budgeting, it actually works. It actually works. It does. If you do it the right way, you actually give it a try, do it. I've been madly in love with this YouTuber, Aja Dong. If I'm butchering her name, I'm sorry. Sorry, Aja. I think it's Aja Dong. Yeah. But I've been watching her YouTube videos. I think 90% of her videos are like about clothes and stuff like that. That's not what I watch it for. I watch it for her finance videos. She has like banking and budgeting videos. She does one every month, 2 every month. And she follows David Ramsey, his budgeting plan. And he has these 7 steps that he tells everyone to go through. And I'll listen to a lot of David Ramsey. He's not the only person I listen to, but he's primarily the person I go to for communication and feedback and stuff like that for finances, because he's so good. But highly recommend you guys look into him. David Ramsey. He has this show he does, so you guys can watch that show. But that's all I got for today, guys. That's my 2 cents. That's my discussion before we work. Episode number 8. So thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion. Invest, budget, and save up money, and you'll realize how far you can go when you budget. You save up a lot of money over time. That's the number one thing why I love budgeting, is because it's done wonders for me. So, helped me get out of debt, helped me save up money, and who says it can't happen to you as well? All right, guys, have a good one. As usual, see you next time. Peace.